Did we do it? Did we do it? Did we do it? Did we do it? Did we do it?
Yeah! What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh no, Ant's not there yet.
No, there he is.
Oh, yeah, let me get him. Let me get him.
Bring it him.
Let me get him.
Start the restream.
Yeah, I will.
Is that just a little shower peek?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little shower peek right here. Let me add you in here.
Out of studio Ant. This is like the suspense is killing me.
Yeah. After all that work that we did with you, there you is.
There you are. There you are. Okay. That wasn't more important.
Good. Holy.
Get him on screen.
I'm here, baby. I'm here. Wearing my Crucial Catch hoodie today.
All right, Ed.
Seen that? And I got this for $30 at AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, an older one, right?
I like the ones they have this year.
Yeah, but it was the one. It was that year. It was the good one. It was just on the discount shelves because we were down there at Thanksgiving, so they were trying to get rid of all their stock. And in the States, it's either everyone's a triple XL or they're like medium. So I lucked out and got this XL for $30 American, which still ended up being a lot. Get them in, you boys.
Crack them if you got them,
kids.
And I have an AHA right now. I'm gonna get one of them in me.
What is it?
An AHA.
An AHA.
You're not even you're out of the studio and you're away and you're drinking an AHA.
Man,
Tomorrow night we're gonna go to the casino. We're going out for dinner. The crew's going out for dinner. We're gonna hit the casino. So I'm going light tonight.
Okay, just a casual 6, right? Casual 6.
Just a casual 6.
Yeah, just a casual 6.
I don't really like to do our job interviews this way, but since you're out of office, tell us about your surroundings. I mean, Adam always just likes to kind of look at where you are and have a peek around. This actually looks more like a living room than a hotel room.
It is a suite.
Oh, okay.
So I got like a suite, and then you might be able to see. It's actually quite the nice view of Kelowna. You can't see it because it's sunset right now.
And
it's quite nice. For 7th floor right now.
Mm-hmm. For all y'all Americans, Kelowna is basically the next town east of Chilliwack, and it's about 2.5 hours away. Is it Kelowna or Kamloops? Well, anyways, up there is about 2-hour drive till you get to a real another town.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a bustling metropolis. It is. It really is.
For us,
it's always been fun.
For us in the valley when we go up there, it feels like you're a little bit on vacation when it's nice though, because it's sunny and it's very arid desert. Oh, look at you. Wearing a Seahawks shirt in here. In here on the jet.
I would power bomb them through a table if I was there.
Oh, and Lakers pants. I thought those were Kansas City Chiefs pants. I was like, what the hell are you doing right now?
He's pumped right now because he sacked the quarterback in his high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's go.
TFL. Hey, here's the thing about...
and I was supposed to be at that one.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about the defense, if you sack a player, if you sack once a game, you're an all-star. You're going first round, baby. And I think it was Will Campbell, maybe I got the name right or wrong, who said that this year in the draft. It's like one of his quotes. So, hey, just keep that average up, and people are going to be looking like, who's this? Who the hell is this stud in those Laker pants?
Sweet. Okay. Rock and roll. You didn't even look into there. Okay, Anthony, you lost your headphones right out of the gate. We saw that happen.
There we go. Yeah, I love that. Riker was Mr. Wilson it. Mr. Wilson it. Or yeah. Sorry, Mav, it was Mr. Wilson it above our cut there.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
I don't even know what the we're talking about.
I don't even know either.
I can tell you. Okay, we got some Jets talk, or not Jets. Oh my God, I almost
Anthony
dropped the ball.
Oh, I can tell you. We got some Jets. Jets. We got some Jets.
I quit. No, we got to talk about the loss, guys. We didn't get the Monday hangover in. We haven't really chatted post Carolina Panthers loss.
Yeah.
Last second loss. So we've had a couple crazy games this year, man. The Cowboys are never in an easy game. And luckily the Cowboys have been on the winning or at least the tying end of these losses. This was the first one that we had true heartbreak. Like the tie sucked, but losing's worse. Yep. I'm going to tell you right now, I'd rather take a tie than a loss.
Oh yeah. So I guess,
go ahead. A tie against Green Bay was fitting because it was going to be a rough game. Micah getting the sack right at the end, that was just like a nice way to round it up. If I remember correctly, I was kind of just like felt like nothing after the game. No high, no low. It was just whatever. After this game, it was, I'm more like, I should be angry and I should be mad and that, but I'm more like baffled by what the hell is going on. I would expect the defense to act that way for 4 weeks in a row, and then we start to see something growing out of that, right? That's going to be, okay, by the end of the year, we're going to be, I don't know, 22nd ranked defense instead of 32nd. But it's like spinning tires in mud right now is what it feels like. And where's the blame go? Is it players? Is it coaching? Is it ownership? I don't know, man. I think ultimately it always lies on a coach's shoulders, to be quite honest. But what are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, my thought was somewhat similar. Somewhat similar to your week before, because the game, I just felt like we were going to win this game. And we knew that the defense was going to suck. So we knew that the Carolina Panthers were going to score. But when it was getting closer to the end and it was like, you're seeing, well, wait a second, we aren't going to win this game. This game's going to go, we're going to lose this game. It started to get devastating. It wasn't actually until later that night and even the next day that it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why are you not addressing the glaring issues with the defense? It's week 6 right now, and it ain't getting better.
You didn't feel bad till your post-bait clarity?
Yeah. My rage.
And it just didn't. You just felt bad, and not even about what you were watching on whatever you watch, but because
just about life.
Lost. And we've talked about like trends in the NFL, especially at the start of the season. And we've said 4 weeks is kind of that minimum, right? The 4 week mark, 4 or 5 weeks, I think, is what we kind of set at. Well, we know this defense is awful. There's no going up from this. The Cowboys defense is on pace to be one of the worst defenses in NFL history, while the offense is shooting on all cylinders. So it's man, if the Cowboys had I think you said 22, if the Cowboys had a 22nd ranked defense, this team is poised to make a Super Bowl run, honestly. But because they literally have a bunch of guys that can't stop it, we're going to be in for tough matches every game. You look at the quarterbacks the Cowboys have played. They haven't even really played any insane quarterbacks. They've played Justin Fields, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Russell Wilson, right?
Like call him by his name, Danger Russ.
Danger Russ.
Yeah, the Danger Witch. So get ready for it, boys, because this defensive problem isn't getting solved anytime soon. And on the horizon is a very important game. So if this team wants any hope of winning, I said 30 points needs to be scored, but I feel like this offense needs to score 40 points if we want to have any hope of winning.
Yeah, 31 at least. You know, you got to breach the 30 burger mark.
See what I'm doing there? Because you can hear that echo, I mute Ant's thing so I don't hear the echo, so I'll have to be on top of it when Ant starts.
Go bad?
No, it's not too bad.
No, just let it go. Let it ride.
We'll let it ride.
Let it ride.
We're probably the only ones that
fellas.
can notice it.
All I had to do was charge these, and I let us down.
It's okay. It doesn't. If it doesn't bug AJ, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Here, maybe I'll plug it in right now to charge.
Yeah, just plug it in. And while you're doing that, the Dallas Cowboys. So first, people are saying the first leg of the season, pre-bye, is the easier leg compared to the last half of the season. Not necessarily half, but we'll split it by the bye. And these next three games are going to be interesting. I think the Commanders are just divisional team, so we got a rough one there. Or it could be really easy. It's going to go one of those two ways. Broncos always have Cowboys numbers and have a sensational defense. And the Cardinals have also the Cowboys numbers, if I think we look historically or at least recently. But I think the bigger question is leading into those games, leading up to the bye week, because we're in week 7 next week. Or sorry, not bye week. Trade deadline of week 8 in the NFL season. Adam Schefter released a list of 30-plus players, I believe, who could potentially be on the trade block, maybe by rumor or just his own demise. But I want to throw it out to there for y'all. What do you guys think if the Cowboys are to make a trade? And let's say that the Cowboys are going to make a trade. Because Jerry Jones had a little quote saying, hey, if someone gives us an offer, we're listening. We have the capital to do so. I think he was throwing a little bit of a line out there to other owners. But if the Cowboys are going to make a trade, is there a player in mind or a position group in mind that you think will give the Cowboys the most benefit to come out of the season and make a playoff run?
Well, we were kind of sharing back and forth in the DMs and the CanFan business DMs, one play, and it was highlighting the linebacker play. And we saw 2 videos of the breakdowns, and both were kind of calling out each guy. One guy was calling out Shamar James, and then the other breakdown was calling out Kenneth Murray. So for me, it's linebacker, man. I think the easiest way to help this team out right now is to get a linebacker. And I feel like the Cowboys might be waiting on Overshown a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Sure, Overshown was having a very good season last year, but he's coming off of a major knee injury, right? So
absolutely.
If I were the Dallas Cowboys right now, it doesn't even need to be a superstar linebacker. If you go out and trade a 4th round pick for a guy who's a starter and is at least decent at playing linebacker, that could help this defense so much.
Well, do you want? Sorry, go ahead, Adam.
I was going to say double star 88 saying, and Jerry Jones said the pass rush is a strength with laughing emojis. I agree with you about the linebacker situation. I do think that our pass rushers aren't the glaring issue here on this defense. Do I think Micah Parsons would have been utilized well in this defense? I don't know. I think I don't know. Regardless, Micah's going to get double teamed. He's probably not going to carry this defense for us. There's way bigger issues on this defense. I think actually not having Micah Parsons and our pass rushers are formidable. They're not far better. And if that's the strength of your 32nd defense, it's pretty pathetic. So I agree with you right now, that middle of the field, that second line, that the linebacker position is probably the area that we need the biggest strength. I think of if you get Leafau and then when Overshown comes back and then you have a solid, very playable veteran linebacker in the mix, that's a very solid defensive front now with your defensive tackles and then and your ends and then coming into your linebackers. So yeah, help is on its way, but I think we're still missing that key ingredient.
Yeah, I don't think we can sit back and wait for Overshown. And I have both those clips. We can watch them both. And hey, we'll discuss. I think we're all on agreement, though. Linebackers, the position. And Overshown coming back, that's going to be helpful. But I don't think he's the player that we're missing, right? I think he's going to be a great addition, but I still think we're missing that middle Mike. And maybe he's on the team. Let's look at these clips, though, and see if it helps us decide. This first one...
Sorry, AJ. It's unfair to expect Overshown to be the guy that cures the issues on this defense.
Yeah, I think we're in a bigger... We have a bigger... Switch the screens there. No, the guest, the small comp, or no. Okay, sorry. The comp's now showing everything. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll adjust it.
No problem. Okay, sorry. And
fucking little bitch.
I got sidetracked. Okay, let's watch this here. Oh, God damn it. I really hate the menu.
So while you're fixing it, or while you're getting the audio going here,
I think he's their worst linebacker and maybe their worst defensive player. Shamar James is number 5. Yep. He's a rookie. We've already established that the ball has been snapped and it's being handed to Rico Dowdle. Shamar James is on his way downhill. Kenneth Murray, based on alignment and what everyone else is doing, should be going between number 97 and number 13. Plays moving on. Shamar James is going. Shamar James is going to take on a block. Kenneth Murray is still standing still and actually drifting the wrong direction a little bit. He's gone further the wrong direction. He's going to run directly through where Kenneth Murray should be. There is no eye candy involved whatsoever. He's just going the wrong way. What I want you to watch is number 59.
Okay.
So and the thing I love about this is both breakdowns are about the same play.
Both breakdowns are about the same
completely opposite opinions.
Exactly. And I saw this one first, by the way, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Why is he doing that? He does look like he's literally just standing there. Then there's this other take here from Acho, which you said Ant said, I fucking hate Acho. Don't ever bring him on our show again. I don't know what that
He's just a little much for me sometimes.
Okay, but anyways, you didn't actually say that it was a compliment. You said, I don't usually agree with him, but this made some sense. So we're going to watch this take on it, which has the completely opposite look of what the went on. Oh my God, what the hell? What the hell?
Guys, this is a wild main event. Up in Studio Ants, we get some wild, crazy times here.
That's how we do.
Okay.
This is a traditional cover 4 defense. Both safeties are deep and they're backpedaling. All right, now that you've seen the wide angle and you can see the run, here's why the hell it doesn't make sense to me. Because in a traditional cover 4 defense, all right, well, take a look at this picture. Number one, you got linebacker number 50 is trying to push number 59 to the right. But why? Number 50 traditionally should have this B gap. 59 should traditionally have this A gap. But 50 is trying to push 59 to the right. To what gap? That's why 59 seemingly ignores him. Now 59 is scooting left when 50 was trying to push him right. So neither of them are on the same page. 59, I assume, is scooting left because he realizes, oh snap, I got the A gap. Who in the hell has this B gap? 93 has the A gap. This player has the C gap. Who in the hell has the B gap? Now watch at the snap. 50 comes sprinting through the A gap that I assume 59 likely has. 59 is now stuck like, I don't see color. As a linebacker, taught see color, which is green grass, go to green grass, because running back's going to see green grass and go to green grass. So 59 jumps to the itty bitty green grass that he sees. This dude's been knocked out of his gap. He's in the wrong place. Running back comes to this place. Everybody's out of whack. Now shout out to what perceives to be the...
Okay. I think the point being on this is no matter how you spin it, there's confusion back there, and that's not good. In my mind, it looked like Dono was dropping out of that. Now, was he supposed to? I mean, there's just too many questions to start picking and choosing who's wrong. At the end of the day, he ran to the outside. Rico ran to the outside tackle, so he's getting those yards no matter who filled the B gap.
Yeah, I think the scary thing is no matter what defense they played in that alignment, the first down was getting picked up regardless. Because even if, like you said, Acho breaking down where the guys are supposed to go, I think it's still the same. It's still the same outcome for the Panthers.
Exactly.
But the scary thing is, and to be honest, the only way you would know who's right or who's wrong is if you knew the exact play call.
Exactly.
You don't know. It's speculation, right? Because he says in a traditional cover or cover 4, because they're playing cover 4. This guy's supposed to do this. This guy's supposed to do this. Yeah. But you don't know. Like you honestly don't know. It honestly also looks like maybe Shamar James was blitzing and and Kenneth Murray was playing middle zone. So you don't really know unless you have the exact play call. It looked sloppy regardless.
Yeah, and that was one hyper focused play. It was just fun that we had two different perspectives. But it definitely sums up this Cowboys defense of confusion. And when it boils down, again, if I'm a defensive coordinator and I'm have a really awesome a playbook with great schemes that are a little complicated and my team can't perform it, the playbook is moot. Like, who cares? If the players can't perform, you need to change things up. Now, is it a question of do they not want to do it? I mean, I've heard a lot of conversations about how much money the Dallas Cowboys have put into these predominantly man coverage cornerbacks with Diggs and Bland, and I'd like to see that be mixed in a little bit more. And I wonder if it's like Eberflus being, trust me, when this works, it fucking works. And it's like, okay, but you just don't have the personnel who's going to do it.
Exactly.
Can we hybrid the system somehow? And if he's not capable of doing that, we're going to be in for an even longer season because there's more of the season left than we've played already.
Yeah, this scary part for me is man or zone. It's irrelevant if a guy's running for 10 yards every time. Like, it felt like every time Rico Dowdle touched the ball, he was going for at least 8 yards, right? So the zone and man argument in that regards in the running game is kind of irrelevant. But I know what you mean. Like, anytime that they dropped back and had time to pass, it just felt like there was a wide open dude in finding the soft spot of a zone, right? And like you said, they've heavily invested in guys that have been at the top of their game, but they have been first team all pros at playing like shut down cornerbacks. and we're not seeing the success or even them utilized. And it's like, at what point, if you're giving up fucking 35 to 40 points every single game playing this, like, at what point do you try to adapt? Like, I think the whole point of a coach is to adapt and go outside his comfort zone if what he's used to, it doesn't work. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, the Jones family's completely endorsed our guy.
Well, I can't see someone in the chat. The real deal Neil says Eberlus. So Eberlus is getting the backing from all of the coaches, not just Jerry Jones, but even Brian Schottenheimer. I actually still liked what Schotty said in terms of, I've been in that position. Everybody wants your neck. He didn't say it exactly like that, but everybody wants your neck, and we're gonna keep working at it. So the biggest question is, what are you going to work at? You're already in week 6. Like, do you think a bye week is going to help you? Do you think the next 3 weeks are going to help you? Do you think 2 more players who are coming back who potentially could re-injure themselves, Overshone, Savon Revel, you got guys that are coming into the mix, but like, they're not going to be the saviors of this defense. I think they're going to help out. I think Overshone's going to help out a lot, but there's just far more other glaring issues that we're having with the defense. And it's a shame. It's literally a shame with how the offense has been clicking, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think any one of the Dallas Cowboys players coming back, but we all agreed if any of them is going to have, if any position is going to have a big impact, getting a real solid linebacker. What we hoped, Troy Polamalu, a.k.a. Eric Kendricks, a.k.a. Leofau, was
Singer.
What we hoped Kendricks was going to be for the Cowboys, and in some moments he was last season, where he's going to be the guy who comes in and, like, you know, is that true Mike, lock down the middle of the field for runs and coverage. If we can find a guy, but I mean, this is wishful thinking. And do you want to give up a first-round pick for that for this season? Here's why I would, because how long is Dak Prescott going to be playing at this level and lock into a season like he's locked in, and have a George Pickens and a CD Lamb who's not even playing right now, and Dak's still, you know, improving his game and balling, with a running back and a offensive line that, even with the backups, is still keeping the Dak from scrambling and keeping the sack rate really down. Might not be pretty, but it's working. And how long do we expect that to continue to happen? So now I would probably trade a first or maybe even 2 first-round picks to go get an elite linebacker, even if it was only for 2 years, a year even, or a package of players to try to make a difference on this defense, go from 32 to give me 25. Give me 22. That's the
give me 25 and I'm fucking dancing.
With the number one offense, you get a defense that is 20 to 25. Obviously, you want them to be number 1 too, but better than 32nd, and especially at the level that the Cowboys are at, 32nd with some of their metrics. That can be the difference between a team that doesn't make the playoffs and a Super Bowl winning team.
Playoffs.
And I ain't just tooting the horn. I'm with the offense that the Cowboys have, they can do it with a very shitty defense. They can't do it with the shittiest defense.
You just can't be the worst. You can't be the last pick. Is all we're asking. When you're doing the snake draft or whatever type of draft, for and defense, you have 32 people and they're all picking defenses. If you have the defenses pick 32, it doesn't matter what your offense is doing. And one thing I want to say about Eberflus before we move on is, like, everyone's chanting for his firing, but it's like, one, you don't have anybody on the staff right now that can step in to take over for him. And if you do, they're still going to just be built under his playbook. So it's not changing the playbook. So I don't think moving on from Eberflus at this point makes sense. I think you have to just ride the wave with them, unfortunately.
Boots on the ground, Eric, a.k.a. Bot G. Eric says, guys, I hate to point fingers, but we lost because AJ did not wear the headband. Exclamation.
AJ wasn't here.
AJ wasn't here. Right. Wizard face. What was his name?
Jadolf. Jadolf the Navy.
Wizard face.
We had Wizard face in there, and
That's called improv.
Who kind of turned into Tommy Chong's brother about halfway through. No, you're right. You're right.
I like Jadolf the Navy.
Jadolf's a good time. I think he'll return.
I don't know if I like him because we lost.
Yeah, well, then why do you like Clayton?
Clayton has never been on in for a win.
I fucking hate Clayton. So what are you talking about?
I don't even know if WayJ's ever been around for a win.
No, I've not been around with Clayton. Oh, WayJ? Yeah.
WayJ.
Well, those are the next two boys coming up, WayJ and Clayton.
I hate to say it. I think they're 0 for 2 right now, both of them.
Yeah, well, I believe WayJ is coming up this Sunday with Washington, and then Clayton's going to come and show up on against Denver because
we have never won against
we
Denver.
haven't beat Denver, and that's where Clayton fits best, I think. He also calls Denver the hell of the US of A. I don't know.
Well, sorry, Boots. Jagoff did actually rock the headband. He rocked it after we pointed out that he wasn't wearing it.
He did, but it wasn't a full.
It wasn't a full game. Kilo C.
I see. He did. I was going to say I never did, so my record's still going.
Kilo C says, "Hey chat, let's boo this AJ guy."
Hey, whoa! Kilo, come on now.
The villain arc, Kilo's villain arc has started.
And then we have Brent Packer guy says, "I'm Jadolf the Green, and when I'm going on a world altering event, I smoke South Farthing Leaf, the leaf of true adventurers."
Hell yes, South Farthing Leaf.
Sweet. Okay, so what do we got going on coming in here, AJ?
Well, I got our.
Is that it? Was that it for the rumors? Was the whole thing of the trade rumors just the fact that there's trade rumors?
No, there was nothing.
Though.
There was. I could bring up an article. It's all just rumors, anyways.
Just
and
bullshit.
I thought that us just deciding the position was a better conversation than us looking at. There was a couple there. The other one was a Woolen cornerback from Seattle, who's on the trade block. I've only
Is he really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't. It's Schefter's trade block, man. I don't know how legitimate it is.
They're one of the top ranked teams right now. I find that weird.
Yeah, I don't know. This is why I didn't want to bring it up because I don't know these players. I don't know why they would trade them. I'm sure it's explained in the article, but look, we're not reading articles. We're reading headlines, baby.
Yeah, fuck Schefter. So you just brought up this week 7 Dallas Cowboys 2-3-1 against the Washington Commanders 3-3. And before we dive into it, I want to say the Cowboys fumbled a giant opportunity last week. Not only did the Eagles lose on Thursday night, but then the Commanders lost on fucking Monday night.
Yeah,
the Dallas Cowboys could have been
3-2-1. 3-2-1.
3-2-1 and in second place of the NFC East. And they fumbled that. They fumbled that, man. And it's because you see the Eagles lose, you see the Cowboys are playing the Panthers. And I'll say this, though, watching the Commanders lose while I was sitting there at the bar at Cactus Club in Kelowna, I did feel good about it. And it really amplifies the stake of this game coming up this week.
Here's the shitty thing. You're absolutely right. A game the Cowboys should have won against the Panthers. They lose. We should have expected it, but it was a wash. It was a wash with Philly losing, and it was a wash with Commanders losing. We could have taken advantage of the opportunity and came out there with a +1, but instead it's even. No change in the rankings, you know? So opportunity missed, but also we didn't get any worse than we... And we're playing some fucking terrible football on the one side of the game, which is costing us. So, you know.
Dare I say this, though? Chicago, yeah, Cowboys lost, and we were all pissed off about how they lost. Chicago goes out and beats Washington. Dare I say Chicago might just be a good football team this year? Dare I say the Carolina Panthers might just be a good football team this year? So we don't know that. Like, we know the Jets suck, right? The Cowboys trounced the Jets. But right now, this early in the season, we don't know how the Commanders and the Panthers are going to turn out. They might end up being both postseason teams. Sorry, the Bears and the Panthers
and
might end up being...
And what about the Giants as well? I mean, even though we beat the Giants, we still have one more game against them, and they went out and they tromped the Eagles. Hopefully, the Eagles are the team in the NFC East when everything rolls and settles itself out. It is that weird first half of the season where things can kind of sway either way. You see the Kansas City Chiefs are now starting to get on a tear, and everyone thought that they were going to be counted out, and all of a sudden things are starting to get right size for them.
No, I think from week 6 to week 10 or 11, maybe even 12, it's a very weird a weird time in the NFL because you are starting to see some things level out. But then there's that last season. But you can kind of split the season into threes. There's the beginning of the season, then there's a weird lull middle, and then there's the rush at the end. And we're in that, I call it the lull only because no matter if you've won 2 games or lost 2 games since week 4, it's still a wide open season for everyone. Unless you've gone 0-6 like the Jets. Well, yeah, you're pretty much, canned.
Well, dare I say this weekend's game is a must-win because if the Cowboys go 2-4-1, opposed to 3-3-1,
well, then Giants win.
Yeah,
we're last.
It's looking
That's
rough,
how tight
man.
it is.
This Cowboys come Manders game has some big stake, boys, and we're back to the second slotted games, which I love. The 125 games, I love.
And we're hosting the Commanders, so this is a home game coming up this weekend.
Okay. Well,
I gotta go drain the main vein, boys. I'm sorry,
dude.
Go drain the main vein.
You're drinking a Haas. Fucking just piss your pants.
Well, in response to that Haas,
crack them if you got them, kid.
One of these strips, only 89 calories. I got the mango.
How many calories?
Only 89, baby.
Hey, toss me one, son.
Okay.
I stopped doing sound bites for the main event. Thank you.
Yeah, I noticed. Anything in chat there about the upcoming Commanders versus Cowboys game? Does anyone have a thought you want to throw out to us? Just to
BPG says,
and we'll read it. We'll read it while we're waiting and answers. I don't know. He's jerking his chain.
BPG says the season starts on Thanksgiving, the real one, not the Temu Canadian one.
It's true. Our Canadian Thanksgiving is weird because even growing up, like I believe in our history, in our social studies books, we took like the American Thanksgiving. Like that's how I remember Thanksgiving. The Pilgrims and the Natives and whatever. I don't know the actual true history, whether they actually.
This is the part where you're like, I wish I actually paid attention in social studies.
Was I missing history, Jay?
Yeah, history, Jay.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't remember, like, what Canadian Thanksgiving is for, really.
It's for when Canada took over Canada.
Yeah, we were. Canada only became Canada in like 1981.
Yeah, no, I think it was because listen, this is definitely something that we could probably Google.
I'm honestly having a great time.
This is from what I remember. I agree with you.
We're not Googling. This is better. We talk it out.
Right, okay.
We talk it out.
It was when we invaded Canada. I say we like I had any part to it. When
the British?
It was when the
it's to celebrate the harvest.
Is that what it is?
No, because I think that would be the spring.
Okay.
No, but celebrating the harvest would be now where everything's picked, and now you're going and you're eating your wheat. You're eating, I don't know what they had, potatoes, probably wheat, and a lot of pumpkins and squash. And that's what you eat. That's what you'd eat. And so be it.
Okay, so yeah, and Thanksgiving as a kid growing up, you're just like, I get an extra day off from school. This is great. Now as an adult, you're like, I get a stat day from work. Here's some 2 real good questions before we hop into this, because we were going to talk about chat, and then AJ tried to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with us and asked what the real purpose of Thanksgiving is.
I don't know. It was a fair question.
And we both failed.
Canadian Thanksgiving.
So
I will never call you guys with any type of history question ever.
Yeah, Canadian history. Any other history would probably be fine. This is where brother Adrian should come in the chat and say something. R2J2 says, even with Jaden's sophomore slump, do you think your defense would win? So we're going to get into that, so we'll get that one in a second.
I like it. I love that question.
The real comments I wanted to say about chat is this. Is bacon really good up there? This is from Double Star 88. So up in the United States, you have Canadian bacon. Up here in Canada, we call it back bacon or just bacon. But yeah,
you did say up in the United States. What the hell is that?
I don't.
Look at our map.
Down in the United States.
There you go.
Up in Canada. I say it all the time.
You do. You always you refer to the U.S.
I poke fun. I grew up with brothers. I'm rough.
I think
I'll say this though.
Did
With
Adam
the question you just asked there?
Yeah.
Bacon is delicious.
Bacon's always delicious.
Bacon up in Canada.
I'm a
delicious.
thick cut guy too. I'm not gonna hide around it. I like a nice thick piece of bacon.
The other thing that the Real Deal Neil wants to say is they had poutine, and yes, poutine up in Canada is fantastic.
Also,
Too as well.
with one of the first questions about Jaden Daniels' sophomore slump, I've been preaching this since fucking March.
Yeah,
I've been preaching Jaden Daniels' sophomore slump since March, and we're seeing it come to fruition. And I love every minute of it. And I hope he has a 4 interception game against the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, hey, that's a good segue.
Well, here we are. Dallas Cowboys 2-3-1, as said, Week 7 versus the Washington Commanders, who are coming to AT&T Stadium with a 3-3 record. This is going to the winner is in second, and the loser is in third, I believe. Or the loser might maybe in fourth.
Yeah, you're right.
So here we go. All right, Cowboys PFF. They're 73.3 overall. That's 14th. 79.4 offense overall. Or offense, that's 5th. And 49.7 defense, 32nd. So there you go. 49.7. I mean, I can't even imagine if I saw that in a Madden team, for example. I'd be like, how are they in an NFL team? How are you playing?
49.7. That's red. That is red.
Yeah, you got to go to the hospital.
Oh, my God. That is so pathetic, man.
But let's just bring spirits up just a little bit. CD Lamb may come back this Sunday. We'll see. And if he does, I'm sure he's going to ease himself into it. But I expect him to kind of, if he's playing, to get some catches. But we've had some really, really great games with George Pickens in his absence. And here's some next-gen stats to kind of just give you a little chub, okay? We've got 2.5 yard average yards after catch above expectation. So where he's catching the ball and what they expect him to get, he's 2.5 yards above that, and that's 5th. That's pretty damn good. He's got 87.5 yards per game. That's 4th in the NFL. And a real fun stat, 28 first down receptions, which is 3rd. That's 88% of his receptions. 28 out of 32 receptions are for first downs.
That's wild.
Who are you going to on first down, baby?
GP.
He's moving the chains, and that's something you need on an offense. And one thing I saw about George Pickens, just to piggyback on a little bit about these stats, is he's the only receiver in the NFL with 500 yards and over 5 receiving touchdowns now.
Yeah, and still on his pace for 17 TDs.
Every week it seems like he gets a touchdown, and I'm all for it. And are we going to see that diminish a little bit with CeeDee Lamb? I don't give a fuck. Like, I hope it's a pick your poison if you decide to just cover CeeDee Lamb, or it might be the hot take right now is you're going to try to cover George Pickens, and then you're going to go to work with CeeDee Lamb. And that's what we fully expect to see from this offense. It's what we fully expected to see from week 1. And unfortunately, we have been robbed by that a little bit with CeeDee Lamb's injury. But I'm excited to see this because this could really elevate the already number 1 offense in the NFL. You're getting your best offensive player back. That isn't Dak Prescott. So I'm excited.
We mentioned a race to 30. You bring in Sedarius. Does that make 37 more like the number that is the floor that we're looking at?
Well, I'm still the 30 isn't necessarily like the end score. It's just whoever I think hits 30 first is going to win. So
but I mean so let's say we think the Cowboys
with CD
can
would
hit
actually
that.
be like, it would lower the number because you're like, if the Cowboys can get to 28 first, they're going to keep scoring. Right?
Okay.
So I think actually CD would bring the race number down instead of make it go up.
Sorry, I was looking at it as like CD would inflate the number a little bit more, but I see what you're saying.
But you know what I mean by inflating it. I think it brings it down because you're like, if the Cowboys can hit this number by say the third quarter, say it's 26. They're gonna win, right?
Yeah.
And I said 30 before because the defense was so bad, but the defense is the defense, right? If the Cowboys get 30 points scored on them before they score 30 points, they're gonna lose no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's 37 or not. I think if someone puts up 30 points before the Cowboys can, it's game set match almost.
It's funny, as you were saying that, BPG says add blink twice if you're live, because I don't think I've talked for like the last 10 minutes or so.
Okay, sorry.
You were fucking around with the image.
I was. I forget what I was actually going to bring up.
You're a little tense there, Johnny.
I am, dude.
You're a little tense
Nobody
there, Johnny.
knows how to get my shoulders, okay? I'd love a deep.
Yeah, because you got the Bessie Neanderthal muscles that you just cannot dig into.
Low brow.
What I was going to say, yeah, you Cro-Magnon forehead motherfucker. The thing I was also going to say, just
Squinty-eyed son of a bitch.
Squinty-eyed son of a, you ass eyes. CeeDee Lamb comes back. I think George Pickens, on all honesty, it's not like he's getting 15 targets a game, right? So I think GP3 can still eat the way he's been eating. I think somebody like Jake Ferguson might maybe see a little bit more of a decline. We're not going to see him get 2 touchdowns a game.
And targets, perhaps.
And targets. So, like, I feel like George Pickens is still going to show up the way he has been, because if anything, his job's going to become a lot easier. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to eat, because we saw him eat all last year when he was the one guy. So, as Anth already mentioned, adding CeeDee Lamb back into the mix is only going to elevate both of these guys. Now that Dak and GP3 have that kind of rhythm going, it's going to be interesting to see how CeeDee Lamb fits in. We saw the first few games, they were really force-feeding CeeDee Lamb. He had those drops. And then the next game, it was somewhat similar. But, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this.
He had 100 yards in his first 2 weeks, and then he got hurt against the Bears early on. So CeeDee Lamb in full games that he's played, 100 yards each game.
Yeah,
no touchdowns, though. I think he's 0 touchdowns on the season.
0 touchdowns. Crack if you got him,
son.
Get him in, yeah. It was too small of a sample size to really extrapolate. But even if you cut it down to 75% in his next 2 weeks and kind of take that as the average moving forward, he was still on pace to very close to a 2,000-yard reception season with the 17 games. Because I think he had 222 yards, maybe give or take it, in those first 2 games. But yeah, we don't count the Bears game because he basically was out of that right away. But yeah, no negative here. You bring CD in, and George Pickens still, I'm assuming he's probably still going to average between 60 to 80 yards a game, even if CD's eating up the 120, 140 yards as the number one. I still think there's a lot of room for George Pickens here. And even more so, Dak's getting super comfortable with him. He's understanding how George Pickens likes to run his routes, where to put the ball. So much of that is like a basketball reference is like, who's the white mamba? What was his name? Anyways, white mamba. I don't know him from this clip, but he would figure out where to place the basketball for the guy to shoot it, because where the lines line up on the basketball in his fingers. Same thing with Dak here. He's just knowing this is where Pickens is going to receive the ball. And that one catch over top.
Yeah, when you high point that ball.
The clip that we had, he catches it over top, holds it like it's a freaking baseball, and then leaps the guy. Like,
the best post with Pickens is the one that's like, this guy's playing like he's drunk out there. Yeah. And he's just so wild and crazy.
Yeah, like it's butt mashing. But the coolest thing about this, guys, is a lot of Pickens' biggest plays have been after he's caught the ball. Like last week, he had that, like you said, he had that catch, then he ran, held it like a loaf of bread and jumped. And then his touchdown was just an easy slant. And then he ran. Same thing with the Green Bay touchdown. He caught the ball and then ran for a touchdown. So like, you're seeing these situations where if he's in one-on-one and he's going across the middle and they get him the ball, the catch is only a 5-yard catch and he's turning them into 30-yard plays. That's huge. Like that, and CeeDee Lamb's very similar. Like, to have 2 of those guys on the field, I can't wait. I just hope CD's healthy enough to jump right into it, and I'm stoked for it.
Yeah.
This is why I want us to try and make a move right now. I don't want us to maybe give, like Alex said, 2 first rounds to only get a guy for 1 year. I want somebody to come in and help the offense that's clicking right now, because nothing's guaranteed next year. I don't want us to go ahead and use them all to just draft a bunch of young teams and we're building a team for 2028. Like, get out of here. Like, we have the number 1 offense right now. Let's get that defense down to the 27th defense and see how we cook. You know what I'm saying?
Plus you trade if you trade a first round pick from this year, it will free up cap space because you have to keep cap space for your first round for all your picks. So that first and second round pick is eating up whatever, let's say 12 million for the first one, and the second one could be anywhere from 5 to 8 million, depending where Green Bay ends up or Cowboys end up, right? So you're looking at like 20 million wrapped up in those first round picks, which is not a negative, but that's where the money for re-signing George Pickens can come from if you're moving one of those picks for another player. Look, we're talking chess here. Yeah. We're not playing checkers, okay? All right, guys. Head to head, Anth turnover battle. I added this for you.
Well, that's the Panthers.
Okay, well, I did fuck that up. That is supposed to say it says Panthers. Hang on, I'll do it right now.
Commanders.
Hang on. Poppy got it.
It's in real time. Commander Blue, but hey, don't worry about it. There it is. Look at that fucking whiz. Look at that Wiz Khalifa just going at it there, dog.
I got to do this though, unfortunately.
He's got to get the accent on it.
It's a little different. So there you go. Okay.
Click back. Yeah, you're clicking around there. Click J.
Okay.
There you go.
There. Cowboys. So the Cowboys are leading this record 79 to 47-2. That's the overall record. Nice to see Cowboys with a win. They go to 80. That's a nice round number. We want to see that. Cowboys have a -2 turnover differential. Commanders have a -3. Negligible. They both suck. They're not getting turnovers. Points scored per game for the Dallas Cowboys, 29.7. Like you said, Ant, very funny. That 30-point mark. It's like round up. It's right there.
It's right
there. Commanders, 26.3 points scored per game. That's 7th. Points against per game, again, very funny. 30.7, round up to 31. The number 30. The Dallas Cowboys are losing.
Race, dude.
And then on the Commander side, 21 points average per game. They're 13th. So Commanders, if I'm picking and choosing, I want the Commanders points scored a game and points against per game. That's it's just like a winning formula.
That Dan Quinn, it's a Dan Quinn led team. You know that defense is going to be good. Like that defense is going to be sound.
Well, that's the other thing too that's interesting about this game is Dan Quinn coming back. He was around the Cowboys when Schottenheimer was in the building, obviously. And what if Schottenheimer's going to go over there pre or post game and just be like, "Hey, we finally made it. Hey, buddy, we finally made it, buddy."
Big Dan. Hey, Big Dano. Hey. Big Danny Q.
Or he just does the Paul Rudd, look at us.
Yeah.
Would you look at us?
Would you look at us? Would you just look at us?
Look at us. Huh?
Look at us.
Some fast facts for these guys, for the Dallas Cowboys heading in to week 7. Well, actually, we're in week 7. Isn't we? Well, tomorrow. I split them to offense, defense.
Which is fine.
I think it's just might help.
Fact blast it.
We'll just us fact blast it a little better.
Someone in the chat said, Double Star 88 said, "You remind me of Alan in Hangover with your nerd professor skills." And then
pretty sure he's autistic.
Stat J from Boots. Yeah, this is AJ's favorite part when he's going through all these numbers and stats.
Well, I don't know if you guys.
I love the interface. I really do. It's clean.
It's clean. I just want to show you things that I think are, well, we all kind of talk about these stats and then I go out and find them and bring them to this board. So EPA is expected points. Wait, what's EPA per play? It's points earned per play. Expected points earned per play. I don't know the actual thing. But anyways, Cowboys are very good at it on offense with a 0.16, meaning every play that they have, they're earning 0.16 plays. So every 10 plays, they're getting an earned point out of it.
Earned point average.
Yeah.
Is that what
whatever.
It is?
I don't know.
BPG saying over average, so I'm just wondering.
You know what? I'm just going to go and look at it.
Got to find out what it is now. So Cowboys. Oh, look at this. Some behind baseball.
Do it live. Sometimes you got to do it live. Yeah. And we're fine that we don't take ourselves so seriously that if we don't know something, we're not. I mean, unless it's talking about Canadian Thanksgiving, we'll go.
Oh gosh,
we won't Google it. But
yeah, anything to do.
If it's to do with football, we will Google it.
Okay.
Expected points added per play.
Thank you, Adam. So expected points added
You
per play.
BPG over average.
It's just a boiled down version of understanding how efficient an offense or defense is. For offense, you want higher. For defense, you want lower, into the negatives even. Offense, I'll tell you this, the highest is 0.18 for the Indianapolis Colts. So Cowboys are very good.
Danny Dimes.
On the defensive side of the ball, the lowest are the Denver Broncos, who have, if they keep this pace, they might be one of the most historical defenses in NFL history with some of the stats that these guys have. But they are on negative 0.14. Okay? So that's what you want your defense to be. Well, Cowboys have a higher EPA per play for their defense at 0.18
Than their offense?
Which means if you're doing average plays per game and everyone's getting the same amount of time, which is kind of how football games really boil down to, really, at the end of the day, Cowboys are losing. They cannot beat their defense. The offense can't beat the defense. Suck it, Trebek. Now, here's another interesting stat. The Cowboys have a 2.8% sack rate, meaning Dak's only getting sacked 2.8% of the times that he drops back. That's ranked third. Dak's also only scrambling 2.4% of the time, which is ranked 28th. So, I'm not saying that the offensive line is great, but if you're just saying that the quarterback's only getting sacked, has the third best sack rate and is only rushing at a 28th ranked quarterback rush, I think the O-line's holding its own.
Yep.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, over 50 snaps. If there's, say, Dak Prescott drops back 50 times in a game.
Yeah.
Which is rare. He's only going to he's getting sacked one time.
One time, maybe two.
That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe two.
That's pretty good.
But he's also he's not scrambling, meaning he's sitting in the pocket and having the time to look and throw the football.
And he's
not getting sacked.
He could pocket.
He's getting
protected. MVP Prescott.
He's getting protected.
MVP Prescott.
Most valuable Prescott.
And the final offensive stat, which I think is important for us to look forward to, is the 2.5 red zone touchdowns per game. Not field goals, not points. Touchdowns, and that's ranked 6th. And in 2024, it was 1.4 over the season, and that was ranked 27th. So major improvement there.
Remember at this time last year, around week 7, Dak Prescott was still playing. All we were talking about was how the offense wasn't scoring in the red zone.
Yes.
Yep.
It's all we were talking about, and it was a glaring issue, and they've seemed to have figured it out as of right now.
Well,
so
I think
keep that up.
I think the idea is we know who Aubrey is, but let's not use him as a crutch. He's there as a support. Go down and try to score, and then if you don't, okay, now we know we can bring in Aubrey. But sometimes it means you should take that 4th and 2 or that 3rd and 7, make a play instead of just running the ball for a couple yards and then kicking. And I think that's the difference that we're seeing with the Cowboys this season.
Yeah, I feel like Schottenheimer, the play calls that he's been doing, look at how we have, even when they actually went for it on 4th, when we thought they were just going to try to draw offside, we couldn't believe it that they actually went for it on 4th, just because of how structured we are to how limp dick the Cowboys used to kind of call it, right?
They faked me out.
Yeah.
They faked me out right.
So Schottenheimer's trying to show up Dan Campbell, who has the biggest balls. He's not there yet, but I like what Shoddy's doing right now.
Also for the Cowboys,
except for not getting watermelons, and Shoddy just has regular melons.
No, he has grapefruits.
That's it.
Well, grapefruits are pretty big. Grapefruits. They're pretty big.
That's swollen.
But sack up and get Eberflus out of there. That's what I say. But we'll see. I say it now, but I don't really mean it.
What's your option to replace him?
Exactly.
Me, I just want 2 healthy mandarins.
Mike McCarthy.
Christmas mandarins.
Christmas mandarins.
I think that's a good size.
I love Christmas mandarins.
But yeah, we went over the EPA for the Cowboys, just dreadful and killing any sort of benefit the offense gains, the defense is killing. Here's some other interesting facts. A .88 interception rate to this date, which is 27th rank. It was a 2.2% in 2024, which was 10th ranked, and a 2.9% in 2023, which was 4th ranked. That's what made the Cowboys defense a little scary, was sure, we might let you run the ball, but if you try to throw it on us, we're going to take the ball away and, in Deron Bland's case, go and score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you guys, those 2 years, you still had a lot of the same personnel.
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing big has changed. Nothing is
there is
major has changed.
Look who the Chicago Bears have, and look at what their rank is right now for who has the most turnovers. The Chicago Bears. Look who's on their defense.
Well,
I was going to say Eberflus is the biggest.
He is. Sorry. Eberflus is the biggest change, but I'm saying Al Harris. Is over in Chicago,
Adam.
and they're leading right now with the most takeaways.
Wow, that's a nice deep dive. Yeah, Al Harris, a guy that we were hoping was going to be the Cowboys' defensive coordinator.
You're right. Chicago
You can double
Bears
check that because I want to make sure.
No, he is. He is.
No, I know he's there. I just don't know if they're leading.
They are plus.
Sure
they are. They're leading by a significant amount. I think their takeaways are plus
Crazy.
8.
Yeah. So you look at that same personnel, except for the coach. So when we talk about what's different, do coaches matter? Yeah. I mean, the scheme and how you're coaching your players absolutely matter.
In fairness, not saying like that stat. No, that stat's correct. But would it have mattered if Al Harris was on this team with Eberflus running the scheme? We don't know.
No, it would be Al. I mean, and this is what Al Harris being the defensive coordinator probably could be different. But he couldn't get into that role. He had to leave. No, he could. They could have put him in as a defensive coordinator. Is he a defensive coordinator over in Chicago?
No, passing game coordinator.
Yeah,
but regardless, it's an interesting. It's the connection to the Cowboys, and I like it, and we're sticking to it, and that's the reason.
It's a deep dive.
Final stat here for the defense, and it really just goes to show you the Cowboys fucking suck again. 6.2 opponent average yards per play. So meaning, obviously, every play that they are getting against them is an average of 6.2. Whether or not they're getting takeaways, it's the average. Or not takeaways, stops. And then last thing, 0.363 first downs a play. They're ranked 31st. So you need that to be under 1,000 times 3, right? So if it's 0.3, that's only a 900 on 3 plays, which means they only get 9 yards. They're always under. That's where you want your defense to be. They're punting or they're having to go for it on a 4th down, right? The Cowboys are giving up the first down on by the 3rd down. Teams are able to get the first down on them in 3 downs. That's not even,
dude. Not even. They don't even need it most of the time. If 6.2 opponent average per play, they need 2 fucking plays to pick up a first down and change.
Yeah.
Right? Literally, if teams are just playing against the Dallas Cowboys, every second play they're picking up on average a first down.
The biggest thing is if the Cowboys are so limp. We talked about McCarthy being a limp dick. The limp dick fucking defense right now. If we were I don't mind them playing a safe defense scheme as long as we're not dead fucking last.
I would
if we were said 27, 25, okay.
I'd sell my soul to go back to last year's defense.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's almost like McCarthy was running a very bland, not Deron Bland, but a very bland offense. Just wasn't exciting. And our defense is what was getting us charged up. And now it's completely reversed. So,
well, boys, some quick look here at the Washington Commanders. For what we're doing week over week, I'm just copying the same stats we looked at on our team because those will change a little bit as we go through the season, whatever is most relevant. And now we're just going to look at the comparison for the Washington Commanders. So I'll go through it really quick. On offense, EPA per play is 0.07. That's 9th. So it's a positive. 6.7% sack rate, ranked 20th, and a 10.6% scramble rate, ranked 4th. So it means you can sack against these guys, but also Jaden Daniels is going to be moving in the pocket a lot. He moves in the pocket the 4th most in the NFL. So if the Cowboys have a hard time maybe they can get the pressure in, but if they can't chase him down, he's going to get outside. He's going to get some big gains.
Well, it's going to be regardless, his defense is going to have a tough time against Washington.
Yeah.
It's not
They're gonna
like
have a hard time.
It's not like last year when we're like, oh yeah, we can beat Washington. We beat Washington Commanders last year. That felt like a nice victory. This year, it's like, oh man, we're gonna have to scrape by to beat the fucking Commanders with the way our defense.
I don't think it's a scrape by. I disagree with you. I don't think it's going to be a scrape by. I think this offense can beat their defense. I just think the offense has to be really good. You don't think we're going to scrape by? You think this offense? If our offense can dunk on them with Cooper fucking Rush?
Do you not think that? I don't. I think that's what I'm saying. Our offense is going to be fine. Our defense is going to let up a lot of points still.
Yeah, but that's just every game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So scraping by would be 35-30 win or 27-21 win. Or like it's going to be like the Commanders are going to put up points against us. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I consider a scrape by win? It was the New York Giants game.
Yeah. And you don't think that crack him if you got him?
Crack him if you got him. I think for me, if the Cowboys win any other game, it's just I'm just happy. A scrape by, like
this is
maybe we just have different definitions of scrape by.
Look, the Panthers game, we could have scraped by and won that game. The Green Bay Packers, we almost scraped by and won that game. The New York Giants, we scraped by and won that game.
But is beating a team that's heavily favored a scrape by? I think that's a success if you beat them.
No, yeah,
if you beat the Packers were heavily favored. The Commanders are going to be heavily favored. If you beat them, fucking rights.
I'm all for us winning, and it's going to be it's a big thing for us to win. I don't mean like a for sure win. I'm just saying like it's going to be such a tight game that when we win, it's going to be by us scraping by to win. That's I don't know. Maybe we have different definitions of scrape by.
This is how I'm reading it. I'm reading your scraping by win is like based on how terrible the Dallas Cowboys defense is, and so like it's going to be a hard battle between any team. Also, I think the Commanders are a divisional team. So even if Commanders were 0-6 right now, and how the Cowboys play down to teams, and it's a divisional game, I'd still be looking for a rough one for the Dallas Cowboys coming up here. And you're absolutely right, though. What we went into to play the Panthers, that was not a scrape by win. That should have been a simple victory.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like if the Cowboys did win, it would have been a scrape by for sure. That's how I see it too. In the game that we had, Cowboys win 30-27, scrape by win, but they shouldn't. The vibe going into the game was like this should be a win for the Dallas Cowboys. Well, not a tough battle. Even if the Cowboys won the game against the Panthers, and Washington lost, I still think coming into Washington it doesn't matter. Like, this is going to be a tough game for the Cowboys to play. It's going to be a tough game for the Commanders as well. We know these teams. We know these fucking coaches.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be an interesting game. Cowboys, can I just say this?
Are you guys nervous?
Yeah, I am. I'm
no. We'll know how the Cowboys are going to win or lose if they go 3-and-out, they're going to lose in their first drive. They're going to lose the game.
I'm jumping through the TV if they go 3-and-out on their first drive.
If they get a first down, even if they don't score, then we have a chance of winning that game. But if they go 3-and-out, it's done. It's done.
We haven't even gotten near it yet, but like I feel better knowing that CeeDee Lamb and Tyler Booker have potential to be playing for this game. I think saving them to come back for a week 7 Commanders game is nice. They aren't rushing back. And honestly, if you need to hold them out for another week, hold them out for another week. I feel good about our offense. Like outside of like that weird drive in the 4th from the Panthers last week, the offense I've been very happy watching. It's exciting.
I just hope if CeeDee's playing, they open up with a CeeDee Lamb handoff.
Yes. Out to the right. No, where a linebacker can get on him.
Yeah, don't block the linebacker. Let him get a free shot at him. Yeah. Make sure his ankle gets rolled up.
First play, I want CD going head on with a linebacker. If we can match that up, I'd love it.
Okay, let's get through these.
Okay.
It's funny. Then Kilo sees, oh my God, Lieutenant Dan returns. Lieutenant Dan ice cream. I won't put those back on the soundboard for Lieutenant Dan.
It would not be bad. I wouldn't hate it if you just brought it in for.
I know.
We should find. There's got to be a sound bite out there which is something mean to a Dan.
Yeah, you know what?
You Dan or something.
I'll find something.
There's got to be something.
I'll find something.
Daniel. Okay. Washington Commanders, 1.8 red zone touchdowns per game. That's 16th, middle of the pack. On their defensive side of the ball, 0.03 EPA per play. That's ranked 22nd. So they're beatable. A 0.94 interception rate, which is 25th. And 5.7 opponent average yards per play, which is ranked 26th. And then a 0.312 first downs per play, which is ranked 13th. So Commanders coming in here with a fairly lower average defense coming up against the Dallas Cowboys number 1 ranked offense. I feel like Cowboys are going to be able to score comfortably in this game. The defense needs to win the turnover battle. That's it.
The craziest thing, like when you see the 5.7 opponent average and the 0.312 first down play, with those stats, I would have expected their average points on defense to be higher than it was because they only give up 21 points a game, which is quite low.
Yeah, you know what?
So they must hold them in the red zone because with like the 5.7 opponent average, like that's not very good at all.
I would say this, and it's very tight between the, say, I'm just throwing it out there, 9th team to 25th team.
Okay.
So the top 4 teams or 5 teams are significantly better, and the bottom, 4 teams, including the Cowboys, are significantly worse. And
high 20s, low 30s.
Everyone in the middle is pretty close. I mean, we're talking about points of difference. But when you're adding up 50 to 75 plays a game, that's where the difference is made.
Right.
Right? So, I mean, sometimes these games come down to an inch or a yard for a first down on a 3rd or 4th down play. Crack him if you got him.
Even if it's a limp dick.
But you know what I mean? Like that small difference. So the Cowboys can only get 9 yards and they have to punt. But the Washington Commanders average 9.6 yards, which means they're pushing for the first down. So they're going to get it. And that's the difference sometimes in these games.
That's what it is. Fuck you. Next slide. What we got here next?
No, that's it. I shortened the slides because I thought that our conversation was really good, and
that's a good amount of slides.
It's a good amount of slides. Perfect. It brings us a nice round circle, and I think what we can do right now, actually, bring up our schedule here, scrolling up. That's it. Like, we can just move on to top 10 stories now, unless there's any final thoughts.
Each of our takeaway.
After top 10 stories, we'll do takeaways.
Oh, after top 10
because
stories. Okay.
Top 10 stories may give us a little bit more.
And then it leaves into power rankings, and then we do our scores and boldies, and then Anth can go ahead and have a hotel bait and
which we will be
settle down with some wings.
And don't you drop out because we will be switching to CanFan OnlyFans for that hot action.
Can OnlyFans? And then people show up being like, "Hey, where's the cannolis?" And we're like, "No, it's
cannoli fans.
Cannoli fans."
Hey,
are cannolis a sweet?
Yeah, they totally are.
Yeah, cannolis are sweet. And if Anth falls asleep, that's just part of the fucking. That's just what happens. Sometimes you get action, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you
can. Our can fan only account is just us sleeping.
Yeah. Okay, here we go, guys. Now, here's what's odd. No writer this time. I don't see the writer for the article. But this is the
ChatGPT'd it.
This is the big picture. 10 Dallas, Washington storylines. And we know that everyone's going to be kind of focusing on these two. Dan Quinn And Schottenheimer.
Epic heads though. The backwards hat with the bald head, and then the visor with the flow. Like epic, legendary,
Cool
iconic.
Guys.
Dare I say?
Yeah.
They're pumped up and they look like cool guys.
Hey, pretty pumped up. One looks like a pretty cool guy.
I love Dan Quinn. I thought he was going to be our head coach.
Yeah.
No, and you know what? Like Washington, and I would say Washington is, for me, one of my favorite rivalries. I like to play a good team. And the Eagles, I just fucking hate. I know that they have had a good team in our fan history, but I just fucking hate them, so I can't like them. It's not that I like Washington, but it's like that mutual respect when we hit the football field. Like, we know who you're being coached by. Love the young QB. Love a couple of the, Scary Terry. Just love his name. Okay. So it seems like more of a fun rivalry with the Commanders, even though
the only one out of all the East teams that you absolutely just like, it just feels so gross to look at anything and you feel oozing is the Eagles. Like anytime an Eagles thing shows up, you're like, the Eagles. But it's Commanders. It's like, yeah, I want to fucking beat the Commanders. But you're like, Dan Quinn, when I see New York Giants now, I'm like, oh, Dable's going to make out with Jackson Dart. Sweet. This is going to be funny. You know, Scadaboo has CTE. Like, all, like, it's almost like an enjoyable thing to watch that stuff. But anything to do with the Eagles, you're like, these guys.
Yeah.
I see Commander Burgundy and I say, the Commanders.
Yeah. The Commanders.
The Giants and Scadaboo, those guys.
Yeah, them too.
I will say
it's
this.
a battle, boys. It's a battle.
Before we move on real quick, sorry. I think I might hate Jalen Hurts. I just think I might hate Jalen Hurts. That's all.
You should.
As you should. Okay, 10 storylines coming into the week. Commanders. Let one slip away. The Commanders were about 3 minutes away from an impressive comeback win over the Bears on Monday Night Football, only to see the ball slip through Jaden Daniels' hands for a costly fucking ChatGPT.
Come on.
For a costly fumble. Instead of running out the clock and securing a 1-point win, the Commanders watched the Bears drive down the ball and clock and kick a game-winning field goal to edging Washington 25-24. The loss drops the Commanders to 3-3, just a half game up on the Cowboys this week.
We lost in the same fashion to a field goal at the end of the game.
Now, was it the Bears that did the Hail Mary, that they did the Hail Mary on last year?
It was.
So interesting that right at both of those games kind of ended right at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Both of those games came to the last couple of plays. Of course, the game's going to end when it ends, but you know.
Hey,
I'll get this one. DQ.
Isn't it funny they both ended at the end of the fourth quarter?
when the fourth quarter hit 0-0-0-0, the game ended. DQ in Texas. It won't be the first time former Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is back in Arlington, but it's still relatively soon since he ran the Cowboys defense. And considering the unit is still struggling without him, it's one of the top storylines for this game. The Cowboys and the Commanders played 2 games down to the wire last season, with both teams getting a last-minute win. And let's not forget, Dak Prescott didn't play in either of those games.
Yeah. So this is the first one that he's in. I would not be surprised, although it would be surprising, if the Dallas Cowboys defense played their best game against the Commanders. Just to fucking knuckle down, let's tighten it up. Obviously, it would just make sense being it's another game in the season and you've had time to correct issues. But I'm more focusing on Eberflus being like, I want to get this guy.
Yeah.
He's trying to take my job. Matt, he's the head coach of the Washington.
He's the head coach. He doesn't want to come back.
He doesn't want your job.
He doesn't want trust me. Job. He had your job, Eberflus.
Sophomore season, the reigning NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year might not be off to the best start this year, but injuries have certainly played a factor for Jaden Daniels. He's missed 2 games and is 2-2 in the 4 starts this year, including a close loss to the Bears on Monday. He fumbled in the fourth quarter, trying to hand the ball off to the running back. His fumble in the fourth quarter, trying to hand the ball off to the running back, proved to be the difference. But overall, it's probably not a large enough sample size to compare last year to this year, considering he's played 4 games. We at CanFan beg to differ. We know of the sophomore slump.
Sophomore slump. He's in the sophomore slump.
If there's
100%.
If there's one stat that looks noticeably different, it's the completion percentage. Daniels completed 69% of his passes in 2024 to just 62% so far this season. So that's a significant drop, man.
It's a big drop.
Scary Terry. The Commanders have been without star receiver Terry.
Sorry, so the significance of this 69 to 62% drop, it doesn't seem like a lot because, it's still in the 60s, but 8% drop. So that just means 8% of the players' catches are not being caught. Whether it's his fault or not, doesn't matter. So then you look back at those numbers of the first down, right? And how much would 8 more catches be, or 8% more catches be?
Third down efficiency.
All of those numbers that we were looking at, those advanced stats.
I guess third down efficiency would help the first down rate as well.
No, but when we're talking about a yard difference between if you get the ball 3 times and you make 10 yards, or you get the ball 3 times and you make 9 yards, it's a yard difference, but it can have a huge effect on how the whole game plays out.
Totally.
So as stupid as it seems, that small difference, that 8% difference of completion can have a major effect on, are you getting first downs in crucial moments, or are you having to punt the football?
Well, Mama always says stupid is as stupid does.
Adam, tell me about Scary Terry.
The Commanders have been without star receiver Terry McLaurin for 3 games now with a quad injury. It sounds as if there's hope in Washington to return this week, but possibly a more realistic return is week 8 in 2 weeks. But practice will tell more of the story this week. Washington ranks 23rd in passing.
How many fucking times are they going to write week
I know.
in one sentence?
Washington ranks 23rd in passing at 194.7 yards per game, but have been more of a running team this year.
This week.
Averaging over 150 yards per game.
This week.
Having McLaurin out
this week
is obviously hurting the big play potential for Washington's offense.
This week.
I
just think we need, if you're going to go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if Scary Terry's not playing against the Dallas Cowboys, that's a huge thing. I mean, the Trevon Diggs versus Terry McLaurin's been a battle that we've all loved to watch over the years. But if he's not in the lineup, it's a benefit for the Dallas Cowboys. 100%.
Look, Cowboys go out, win this game. I'm taking if Scary Terry was there, you guys would have lost. Sure, I don't give a f. This is the NFL, baby. When you have a chance to fucking win, as we're learning here, bandwagon boy number 1.
Yeah.
You take those victories.
Take those fucking victories. Win's a win. Like BPG was trying to say in the chat when I was saying scraped by and we almost beat the Green Bay Packers. He was just saying, and he's not here now, so I'm going to trash him. But he was saying like scrape by. He's like, we weren't healthy and this and that. It's like, man, the fucking health card. Let's just not.
No, you can't bring up the health card unless it's your quarterback.
R2J.
And I think even that is like, okay. Like that's
There's only one team right now allowed to bring up the health card, and it's a team I hate, is the San Francisco 49ers. They're the only team in the NFL right now allowed to be about the injuries.
Because they've had a significant amount or Purdy?
Significant amount to significant players.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. Look, we're the Dallas Cowboys fans. Obviously, you're here. You're seeing us. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you the tattoo on the tip of my penis that proves it. But no. CeeDee Lamb went down. We didn't start saying, we're losing because Sedarius is out. It's like, no, like you still got to have a football team that's able to play without your top player. Obviously, it is going to affect you, but if you can't put a football team out there, this is the NFL, man. Like, come on.
It's NFL, baby. Ants.
Oh, I thought you were going to give us what R2J2 was saying.
R2J2 was also pulling up the health card for the Eagles.
What's he saying?
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Why would you even bring that up, Ad?
I know. Well, it was a while ago.
Defensive issues.
I think I actually confused R2J2 with BPG, so I'm just creating fucking drama in the chat, boys.
Hey, R2J2, fuck you!
Defensive issues. When Dan Quinn called the defense in Dallas, the Cowboys had one of the top defenses in the league, especially with Micah Parsons screaming off the edge. Not only do the Cowboys miss having Parsons on their team, Quinn might be missing that player for his team also. 2 as well. Through 6 games, the Commanders ranked 6th in the NFL in total sacks with 18, but overall they're in the 20s in most defensive categories, including 26th in total defense, but ranking 23rd against the pass and 20th against the run. This suggests that they are big problems. They are big problems.
Holy fuck,
there are big
Cowboys.
problems.
Read it how we wrote it.
For the defense. Yeah. So their defense is good at men. Their defense isn't great. The Cowboys offense is good. There's going to be opportunities for the Dallas Cowboys offense. We said this last week against the Panthers. The Panthers defense played a lot better than I expected, but the Dallas Cowboys still put up 27 points. So the Dak Prescott and the offense, whether it be CeeDee Lamb and the boys or George Pickens and the crew, Dallas is going to have an opportunity to put up points.
Yeah, defense does their job on one play to make them punt on one of those downs, and I don't have the list of downs for the Panthers in front of us, but if the defense did their job, made them punt instead of get a touchdown or field goal on that drive, Cowboys win.
This isn't Kilo C. You don't have a DeLorean. Just stay in the now, okay? The Panthers game was last week.
Can handhold me and I'll stab you in your hand.
Okay, I'll be able to hear, but these are Haas, man.
Oh, that's going for
It's fucking
2 tickles in one go. Oh my goodness, he's
Ant's in vacay mode right
Ant's
now.
in vacay mode. He's out working. He's out working and goofing and working. Cowboys, you're up, AJ.
Yeah,
One step.
All right, I get to read the first Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys, one step back. This team is playing its own version of hopscotch this year, moving backwards, forwards, and even sideways once with the rare tie game. I still feel like that was a positive move.
Totally.
I'll digress. But after an impressive win 2 weeks ago over the Jets, it was a step backwards with a late loss to the Panthers. The Cowboys just couldn't make the necessary stops on defense and not enough plays in the red zone offensively to stave off the Panthers. The loss drops Dallas to 2-3-1 as they look back to get back to 500 through 7 games, which is odd to hear.
Because
back to 500 through 7 games.
That's wild. If you looked at through NFL history, I bet you that's not a very common stat.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Let's move it on. Let's get off of that fucking negative, Nancy. Welcome back? ? Oh, welcome back? The offense isn't the major problem here for the Cowboys, but that doesn't mean they won't welcome back some key pieces. Cedarius Lamb has missed most of the last 4 games. Oh, well, because he
played 2 snaps.
Yeah, most of the last 4
Remember
games.
the snap that he had?
That's insane.
Remember the snap that he ran and got his leg rolled up on by a linebacker, and then he tried to run after, and he just ran off?
Yeah,
the end
right.
zone? Yeah, those were his 2 snaps.
Those were his 2 snaps. C-Lamb has missed most of the last 4 games with an ankle injury, but he's expected to return, as is Cavante Turpin and Tyler. Look at me now, Booker. I just added the look at me now. Those returns help the offense and special teams. Don't forget Turpin beat the Commanders last year with amazing 99-yard kickoff return that we made into a song, and he should be back deep again for punts and kickoffs. That is one thing I will mention. Not having Turpin back there, you're like, oh man, I do miss having Turpin back there.
Yeah.
This past week it wasn't too bad. I think
Still bad.
It was Cropper that was taking most of them. Yeah,
Cropper and Jade on blue.
Yeah, it was just not. It was a little ick, right? So
it was kind of scary. It made me nervous every time they were getting a kickoff or a punt.
Yeah. Look, I'll have to go and look at the numbers, but just having Turpin back there, knowing that regardless where he gets tackled, he's going to be angry and think that he should have broke and got a touchdown. Every time he gets up, he's angry. He's the best in the game. He's the best in the game at what he does.
Yeah.
And we love when he looks choked when he hasn't run one back.
And
Too much room.
Sorry. One last thing on Turpin. Also, his increase in what he's offered to the offense has been really good, too.
Yep.
So,
which will be interesting to see because we did have, Flanoy didn't really have the kind of back-to-back games we were hoping for, but he did kind of emerge a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how the snaps affect, like Turpin being back, how the snap count goes for Flanoy. But too much room.
And the Cowboys just dropped one of the receivers. Released him, right?
Yes. But it was a nobody.
No, it wasn't Flanoy, obviously.
No, but that's what I'm saying is no one who's going to be on the field on
Yeah,
Sunday,
he was released from the practice squad, which is one of the guys that we thought were going to make it in. Do either of you know who it is?
No. Do you?
Well, I'm trying to wait to see if
Holden?
No, it was
Jelaine Moreno Cropper.
Yeah.
Oh, they dropped him?
Yeah.
He's been waived.
Yeah.
Because, now, he got moved down because Turpin's back on the active day.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness, Cropper's moved up and down because he was just signed on the 11th and then waived on the 14th.
He was strictly a Turpin replacement, essentially. And he's going to be back down to the practice squad. And if Turpin gets hurt, he'll be back up to the thing once he makes the active game day roster enough times, you get paid like a full-time player, not like a practice squad player.
Sweet.
That's still huge.
3 times, is it? Or 4 times?
3 or 4, something like that. 3 or 4 times. Or after a certain point in the season.
Yeah.
Nice. Too much room, Anth. What do you got?
Okay, thank you. Too much room. The defense hasn't shown many signs of improvement, especially after last week's performance to allow Rico Dowdle to rush for 183 yards and Bryce Young to take advantage. The Cowboys were picked apart and dominated up front, putting even more pressure on coordinator Matt Eberflus. This week, Eberflus has been backed with support from Jerry Jones and Brian Schottenheimer, and there's no sign of any personnel moves this week. We'll find out how the scheme looks when they take the field this Sunday against the Commanders. Currently, the Cowboys rank 32nd in the NFL. We've heard that so much. In pass defense, allowing 269 yards per game.
Yikes. No.
That's crazy.
Hey, and can I just say something? Guys, can I just say something off the record? No bueno.
I agree.
Fuck you, dickhead. Take your pick, Ad.
Ragers saying Jalen Cropper. Yeah, we're past that, Rager. We know it's Jalen Cropper.
Actually, you, AJ.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry. Take your pick. The biggest trade of the season is undoubtedly the move involving Micah Parsons, whose production has been missed. But the Cowboys are clearly winning the George Pickens trade, as the wide receiver has been one of the most dominant players in the NFL this year. Pickens has scored 6 touchdowns in 6 games and is tied for the NFL lead in touchdown receptions. He's third in the league with 525 reception yards, and Washington will have its hands full with Pickens.
Man, I love getting Dickens by Pickens.
Especially with Lamb expected to return to the offense this week. So I will say this. If Lamb returns, I don't expect him to be. I would expect Lambs to have 2 to 4 receptions for 20 to 60 yards. Very modest numbers for Lamb. But I don't expect Pickens to drop. I think Pickens is, maybe compared to his last 2-week average, but I still think he's like an 80 to, say, 100-yard average type of dude with a touchdown. It's what we're seeing from him.
Ants brought it up, though. Pickens is getting most of his yards after carries.
That's true.
After catch. So the fact is you can target Pickens the same amount of times, just give him the proper play calls here, and he's going to cook. So he can still have lower amount of targets and still put up the monster numbers that he's putting up.
Between the two of them, they need 15 targets.
Yeah,
absolutely.
7 and 6, 6, 7.
I don't even care. 6, 7, 6, 7. I don't care. It could be even 12 and 1 or 12 and 3.
12 and 1 for 13.
Yeah, I'm like, they need to have 15.
they need to
give a number under 15.
Yeah. Okay. Open for business.
Dickhead.
Fuck you, dickhead. Open for business question.
Now you're closing this ad.
Open for business.
So make it real fucking good.
Speaking of trades that worked, could the Cowboys be in the market for yet another? This week, owner and GM Jerry Jones said there is no trade specifically in the works, but added his team has the ammo to make a move. The ammo to make a move if needed. Right now, the defense seems to need some help. But Jones didn't get in the details of a potential trade, only that they wouldn't be afraid to use some of them extra picks they've acquired. This has to be you. Sorry, Wage. Go for it.
We have thought all along that if we see a way to improve this year with a trade at the deadline, then we'll take advantage of it.
Jones said Tuesday.
That's what we position for to start this year, was to have ammunition to do things if we have an opportunity. Why don't you take your tits off and show me something a little fun? Okay, there, sweetheart. That's a Jerry Jones quote.
So, and as he's giving this, and he's saying, "No, I'm trying to thumbs up. I'm trying to give you the thumbs up.
I'm thumbing you right now."
I I would love for the Cowboys to make a trade. I think that, like, for me, I'd keep our pick, and I would look to trade the pick that we got from the Micah trade to try to bring someone on, because, again, I cannot bank that we're going to have the same success on offense next year. In fact, the trajectory of the Cowboys is one hot year, one cold year, one hot year, one cold year. We're in a hot year. Yeah. We're in a hot year moment, and I just think that we got to bring the defense up to just a level where the offense can win the game for us.
This is just too much. This comment is too much come to me type of mentality. It's like go and make it happen.
You don't fucking know. You don't know. I've been in this league for
nobody knows
75
how to fucking
years.
do this GM the way I fucking know how to do this GM.
We talk about the first round picks, though. It's like you don't even necessarily need to trade a first round pick to make your defense better.
That's true. There's a lot of guys.
You could trade a second. You could trade a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, a 2027.
Look at George Pickens. Look at the George Pickens trade.
That's what I mean.
We gave a third.
Look, there's a lot of players out there who are coming up to the end of their deal that other teams may not wanted, and this is a really good time this week or the next week. Obviously, hey, it's the week before the trade deadline, where teams, for example, the Jets. There's probably a couple guys on that team, and I'm not going to point out anyone specifically, but just hear me out. The Jets,
Williams.
The Jets are an 0-6 team. Could you go there and say, hey, we want a player? What can we get to get this guy off your books? You know, and you're right, Ant. It might be a third, fourth, or fifth round pick for some of these guys, because it's like, okay, otherwise we're going to let them walk for nothing, or we're going to go, if we win every game, we're still may not make the playoffs. So sometimes you just let the guy go who's worth more, but you would have to re-sign for like a significant amount of value. And I think Cowboys can be in the position to trade one of those late round picks. I know we can hate not having a fourth round pick, but again, I wouldn't mind, or with the extra first round pick, also wouldn't mind giving up a third round pick for just a fucking Band-Aid for this season. And then if it turns into a long-term deal, great. But I just don't want to give up on the Cowboys right now with how the offense is running. Last year, yes, you may see me give up with how the offense was running.
We saw it.
This year,
go back all season long and see
no.
AJ gave up.
Never did.
Quitter.
Erroneous. But I'm saying last year's offense didn't give me the same. Holy, this is something special.
Hey,
this is a special offense that we have.
Didn't move you from 6
give it
to
up,
midnight.
man.
Didn't move you from 6 to midnight.
No, I'm 6 to
Week
midnight.
7
now.
had 11 touchdowns and 8 interceptions or something criminal.
Dak?
Yeah, he had like 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Last year.
Was not playing good.
No, exactly. And so in that case, with the same record, you'd be like, no, we're losing. Like, give players away now. Let's get draft picks. Cowboys should be in buy mode right now. Or are we moving on from Dak Prescott? Because the reality is the whole decision-making of playoff readiness or not is based off of what you can do with the quarterback that you have. And we have a very special quarterback who's playing really special football right now.
I feel like if they don't make a move before the trade deadline, then they're just kind of conceding to the fact that they don't think that player personnel, bringing them in will help positively affect this defense. And they're going to just get rid of Eberflus in the offseason and then use it to rebuild. I mean, at this point, I would take fucking Zim Dog back. You know what I mean? Like,
there's not going to be a trade. Cowboys aren't trading for anything.
They didn't
just be that guy. It's fun for us to speculate, but I really just
Cowboys were around the same type of situation back in 2018 when they made the Amari Cooper trade. Anth, it was around the same record right now.
Oh yeah, I think they were 2-3.
They were 2-3.
For Amari Cooper, and it completely shifted the season.
So do you see something like that happening for the defense? They make, again,
I would love to. I'd love to see it, but I just
and people in the chat are saying get Trey Hendrickson or go for Max Crosby. It's like, so we just got rid of Micah Parsons to try to get another Micah Parsons.
Well, if you can get him for less than what you gave, both of those are good. I just don't think that's going to make a big enough difference with this Cowboys defense that we're going to see.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They might look at it and say, well, I mean, we're not going to just go through an entire defensive scheme. So it's like, let's just fucking.
We talk trades. Let's move on to power rankings here, boys.
No.
Hell yeah.
Well, we could talk. I mean, we could speculate trades for 4 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah, I know. It's such a.
It's more than likely not going to happen.
Let's just bring up our.
And when it does happen, we're going to talk about it.
Hey, I'm going to go first.
Okay.
We're going to be 25.
Yeah, last week, just for reference, last week we were 20th.
Yeah, we're going to be 25.
AJ, you go first next.
You see 25?
Yeah. This fucking bitch, Eric Edholm's going to drop us down so far.
I'm going to 24 it. I know it's not a smart move, but 24.
I have some bad news.
You already know?
A guy at work today told me what they were.
Then you can't weigh in.
So don't weigh in.
And I was gonna be that guy, and I was gonna say the number and play it off like I knew it, but
okay,
that's just not fair. I know what the Cowboys are ranked.
This is the BWB. Tell that guy. Did you fire that guy? Like you're running?
Well, no, he said it to me, and I was like, oh, dude, you just gave me some insider information. I said tonight on the show because he asked me after if we were streaming. I said tonight on the show, we usually go through power rankings and see where the Cowboys are, and I know where they are.
Okay.
What's that guy's name? I want to know his name. I want to know his social insurance number. I want to fuck him up.
NFL actually post a really good Instagram video of it. They go through all of the teams. I heavily. This is the first time I've known prior to us going through.
You can't help it, but you know what? It's okay. We got the NFL power rankings week 7 by Eric Cuckme Edholm.
Fuck Eric at home.
Week 7, Baker Mayfield led Buccaneers hit number 1.
Oh, fuck me.
Can I tell you how I know I know?
Yeah.
It's Bucks, Lions, Seahawks.
Bucks, Lions, yep. Number 2, Seahawks.
Oh, he does know. Hey.
Okay.
No, boys.
Let's keep rolling.
Keep it rolling. Buffalo.
I don't know after that because he's a Seahawks fan. So he said, oh man, the Cowboys are 22ed. Oh my God.
Oh, you fucking
card.
You fucking ruined it. You fucking ruined it.
Cut his mic.
Hey, see you later, Ed.
Cut him
See
off.
you the fuck
Get
later,
him out of
Ed.
here.
You're fucking
Get him
gone.
the fuck
You're
outta
a fucking
here.
Idiot.
You're a fucking gone. There,
Okay,
kid.
let's roll through this.
You're back now.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. What's the guy's name? Just don't even give me his last name. What's the guy's name? I'm gonna write him a complaint.
Nagy?
Yeah.
If he's
Nagy?
I'm writing.
You ever fuck our power rankings up again?
fucking writing you a complaint. I'm writing a complaint as a client.
I can't believe that's like, you always see those like radio programs when they're trying to get people to tell stories without saying something, and then the person knows what they can't say.
And you did it.
And they still spill the beans.
Hey, well, now you know. The more you know. Okay. We're going to roll through
or
this
did I just completely dunk on you guys?
Maybe you, I don't know.
It's fucking 22.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Buffalo Bills, number 4. Green Bay Packers up 1 to number 5. Philadelphia Eagles down 4 to number 6. And they should be the trash Eagles. Trash
Don't say anything proceeds to fuck the whole section up.
That's what
Los Angeles Rams ranked 7.
We're staying.
Unchanged.
They're staying.
Colts ranked 8. Unchanged.
The Colts are just like getting dogged, man.
Colts are getting dogged.
Yeah, it's because they got Daniel Jones.
They're 5-1. They should be up higher. Daniel San in the chat, who's an Eagles fan, he came and he said he's not here to troll. He says Eagles shouldn't be 6, so I'm assuming he's saying they shouldn't be at 6. But they like
6 of the other teams have worse records than them.
I know. So how are the fucking Colts not up?
At home hates the fucking Colts.
He hates the Colts.
Now it depends on how many division wins out of the 5-1. There must be at least 2 division wins in there, right?
They can only have possibly 1 division loss.
No, but I'm saying, sorry, there should be at least 2 division games in that 5-1.
You would think, yes.
So but whatever.
For them to be 8th is criminal.
It's criminal.
That's so stupid.
The Chiefs
Moved up 3 spots.
up 3 spots with a 3-3 record at home. You fucking cock.
Pittsburgh Steelers 4-1. They're up 5. I mean, also they should
rank
be
10.
They're up 5. They're ranked 10. They should be up a bit higher at a 4-1 record.
Good team. Broncos scary team.
4-2. Got to put you down.
Cowboys have them in their radar soon too.
Yeah, we got them coming up next. That's gonna be a tough game. Rank 11, they will move down 1. Rank 12 are the Commanders. They move down 3 with a 3-3 record.
Let's keep chopping that tree.
It'd be great to be not 22 right now, huh?
Yeah.
Anth? Huh? Not 22 instead of 12. Jaggies are 4-2. They've dropped 2 spots.
And
Hey, the higher you're up, the further you can fall, buddy.
Yeah, ranked 13 Jags. Ranked 14 Chargers, no change.
I'll stay.
Commanders dropped 2 to rank.
You just lost Fred Warner. We're dropping you down 2 spots, you fucks.
Yeah, 49ers dropped 2 to 15. Patriots move up 2 to 16. And Falcons move up 4 to 17. They're a 3-2 team. What the hell?
Bijan's an absolute beast, by the way.
Just like he had that 80-yard touchdown. I think it was 80 yards. It was a long fucking run.
It was like
huge.
80 plus, I believe.
He's the guy that we wanted the Cowboys to draft.
Yep.
Remember when people thought the Cowboys were going to get him in the 20s?
Yeah.
And he got drafted 7th overall, and he's one of the best running backs in the NFL.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I remember that.
Bears
3-2 Chicago Bears. They're up.
Hey, at least that makes it feel a little bit better about that Bears loss, but it is what it is.
It's a huge favor too.
Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings drop 3 to 19.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, here we go. Now we're getting close. The Houston Texans.
He's just trying as much as possible to keep the Texans up there.
Yeah, at 2-3, the Houston Texans are ranked 20th. Maybe that makes sense. We're gonna see. They drop down 3 spots. Panthers move up 3 spots to 21.
They should be ahead of
3 and 3.
Yeah,
Texans.
they should be.
I think they should be ahead of the Texans too.
Well, I can't move them up 5 spots. Not the Carolina Panthers. Not when we're up in the 20s, Anth. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if Ant's right.
Did he dog us?
There we go. Dallas Cowboys ranked 22. They dropped 2 spots.
What an
Do
idiot.
you want to read it?
Yeah, the Cowboys followed a familiar script. So I'm going to read this since Anth dunked on us. The Cowboys.
Hey, don't blame me. I didn't tell me.
Yeah, you fucked up though. The Cowboys followed a familiar script Sunday with Dak Prescott playing well enough to win and the defense unable to get the requisite stops. Old friend Rico Dowdle round circles around Dallas defense all afternoon, making the defensive frustration even worse. The Panthers consistently move the ball, with the Cowboys getting no pressures on Bryce Young and having no true difference makers to generate a big play when it was most needed. When the Panthers were trailing the Cowboys, Bryce Young had a perfect game. He threw 100% accuracy. He was.
Oh, really? When they were trailing
the Cowboys, Bryce
Where
Young.
the was that stat? You were just sitting on that stat till the end of the podcast.
Until I just saw his Steve Urkel name coming up right now.
That's it.
He was nesting his egg.
That's interesting. So he was 100% completions when they were losing.
When they were trailing. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good stat as a quarterback.
That's been the big void since Micah Parsons' trade. Prescott couldn't convert the final few drives into touchdowns, but it's tough to bash the offense right now when its margin for error remains minute. But I'm sure he's trying to say minute. They're now under 500 again, with 2 tough games upcoming against the Washington Commanders and at Denver. The season is back on a tilting point, and it's hard to imagine Dallas can solve the defensive issues with what's currently on the depth chart. He's not wrong.
One thing I like is we're ahead of the Baltimore. The 1-5.
About time.
Baltimore. Finally.
Watching the Ravens be in top 10 with a losing record.
Go down though. Who's after the Ravens? This is who I'd be mad at. The Cardinals. 2-4 Cardinals.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, look, we're a bottom of the barrel team, and the shitty thing is the offense is playing bonkers. Some of the best fucking football Dallas Cowboys fans have seen in, I don't know, I'm going to just say the last 6 years. Anth, I'm looking at you for
No,
confirmation.
if I disagreed, I agree with you. I think the offense, and especially Dak Prescott, I think this is the best I've seen Dak Prescott ever play. So,
yeah. And I say 6 years because CanFan started 5 years ago, baby.
and no, this is the best Dak's looked. And the thing with Dak, and there's times like during the live streams, we'll get pissed off, especially when the defense finally made a stop and we're like, well, now the offense has to score. But how unfair is it that the defense makes one stop and then we fully expect the offense to score when the only reason they're in the game is because the offense has been scoring?
I know.
So it's kind of unfair for like in the heat of the moment we'll be like that. But when I have time to reflect on it, I'm like, yeah, they didn't score on one drive, the offense. Like, can you blame them? No. You can blame the defense for giving up 30 points on average.
100%.
Dak's playing unreal, and
Forever
he's fun to watch.
Forever DC says it's a shame the D is wasting the year of a great play from Dak and our offense. So if that's the last one, take it.
If you
Dak's
want,
kind
I'm
of
just saying, we got this. I want to crack it before we get into our boldies.
Yeah, go for it. If we don't have another one down here, that's all good.
Yeah, crack if you got him.
Even though I have 17 flats.
That's what I'm saying. I can go grab another one. You want this one? Okay, crack him if I got him.
Thank you.
Well, AJ goes to grab himself another one. I'm just gonna say
You're gonna go to the
Dak's
bathroom again?
evolving into his final form. Like he's the game's slower for him right now. He's getting rid of the ball. He's hitting open receivers. He's not turning the ball over. He's moving when he needs to, and it's really exciting to see. And it's just as exciting as it is to see. It's so disappointing to see this defense just shit the bed.
Talking about the offense just for a second here, we've also seen the offense start to almost emerge as a modern day offense. I mean, since the inception of this podcast, we've been running a typical OG style offense with
Nothing exciting.
Nothing exciting. I mean, when Kellen Moore was here, he tried a couple of trick plays, but Mike McCarthy was probably like, "Get out of here, you little fucking nerd."
Well, maybe he had it right because
he probably did.
One of the trick plays, I love trick plays. I love the movement. I love setting up in the first quarter for something you're going to do in the fourth quarter. I love that mentality. I don't love using CD Lamb in a play where he's going to get rolled up on.
Yeah.
And I know it's silly to discuss this after the fact of an injury, but I think, Anth, you pointed out during the play, after we saw it happen and kind of, I don't even think CD was actually officially out of that game. It was just questionable at this point. You're like, it stuck out to me. We don't want CD going up against a linebacker, right? And so
not when he's getting the ball handed off to him.
It's okay if Turpin does, and I know that he plays multiple positions, but I'm just saying,
let that little run past those linebackers.
No, well, he can still equally get hurt, but it's just the detriment of having him getting hurt from a linebacker.
Yeah, give that to Tolbert, give that to Flanoy, give it to these guys that you
can take it. Or that we can take. I mean,
or don't just do a direct handoff. Have it be a jet sweep where the odds of him going against linebacker are pretty low. It was a handoff outside the tackles.
Yeah,
crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him. Okay, let's get into these boldies.
Yeah, well,
I'll start it off.
We know how we do it. Snake draft. We're going to do bold predictions and score predictions. Whatever you start with, we roll with, and then we reverse it.
31-27 Cowboys.
31-27 Cowboys, a close one.
27, yep. He wrote down 7. You don't even need to write the Cowboys. But that's
do you feel confident, or do you want me to hop in here?
31-30 Dallas Cowboys.
Wow, real close.
Sounds like a scrape by win.
That's a scrape by win rate. That's the definition of a scrape by.
Okay, I'm going to have to go a little more bold from y'all. You both went 31. I'm tagging on another.
AJ's like, I'm going to go a little bit more bold. 31-24.
35-34.
I'm going to go 41. So an extra touchdown.
Okay.
And kick.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 scores.
And then I'm going to go 41-20. Does 20 happen often enough, guys?
No. Yeah, 20 happens. We've seen 20 a couple times.
Yeah. Okay, 41-20 Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh, so
that's I'll be so happy. I really hope.
Hey, boys,
I feel like
we're having a great time. Ant's score, my score, tough. We're still having a tough game. Ant's score, Holy f, we're sweating.
Got to remember, it's a divisional. I'm always on the 3 points, within 3 points of a divisional.
And I just took the opposite move there because I was like, you guys had real close scores. So I said, let's say Cowboys blow open the door and they don't look back.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
had
I'm
to.
hoping for.
I like that one of us is on that.
Okay, what's your bold there?
Okay, so my
Wage?
bold.
I like, is that bold, B for bold and S for score?
Yeah, and I screwed it up.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's all right. Well,
It's only you and I
we know.
looking at this.
It's only me and you.
I'll know now.
Yeah.
And I'll blurt it out when we're about to do a segment.
Oh, is that? Oh, you're reading the wrong section. You're reading the wrong section.
There we go. Now I
Okay,
have
so AJ, you're up for your bold prediction. What's the
well, no,
bold
and first you say, I won't tell, and then
Right?
Ooh, I won't tell. What's your bold prediction for the Commanders coming to AT&T Stadium to face off against the Dallas Cowboys?
Okay, well, Pickens is on continuing his pace for touchdowns. So I'm going to say that he continues his pace, but I'm also going to add on the 2 touchdowns, which will bring Javonte Williams back up to pace.
Nice.
And I'm going to triplefy that with a Dak Prescott 3 touchdown game. So I have George Pickens for 1 touchdown.
Parlaying again.
I have to parlay because I can't think.
George Pickens,
for one guy.
anytime touchdown.
George Pickens 1 touchdown. Javonte Williams 2 touchdowns. Dak Prescott 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
I call
I
that
like that you went 1, 2, 3.
I call that my 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
So 1, 2, 3. I'm going defense side of the ball. The defense is going to have 4 turnovers, 2 of them for touchdowns.
Really?
Yeah. Against Dan Quinn, Deron Bland and Trevon Diggs are going to show them.
And how many for touchdowns?
4 turnovers, 4 plus turnovers, 2 for touchdowns.
Jeepers.
That's some screenshots right there, fellas.
We're getting drunk.
Okay, so
We're
I'm
getting
not-
drunk.
Well,
Which we've yet to have a screenshot forced by the Dallas Cowboys defense.
yeah. I mean, need it. Okay.
Go ahead and write yours down there.
Okay. Williams. Okay.
And it falls silent.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry. I was talking during mine, and I wrote it. Mine was a paragraph worth of.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was just Adam politely watching you write it.
I know. Rather than me actually talking through.
Instead of talking to me about anything, you're just watching AJ write.
I know. But you also just listened.
So you were watching AJ write, and then I just sat there watching you guys
I know.
watch the paper.
Okay, so my bold prediction, Anth gave a defense, AJ gave a massive parlay for offense. I'm going to go special teams.
Okay.
Brandon Aubrey coming up.
And my special teams is
It's fine. It's time. It is time.
Kavonte Turpin.
Okay.
He might not be playing.
Okay, so this is a double one.
Well, you can do Turpin, and then before game day, you'd have to read
Okay,
it.
so
But if you want it, if you have 2 right now, do it.
Mine is going to be a Kavonte Turpin anytime touchdown
Okay.
on offense, and then Kavonte Turpin a return, either a punt or a kick return touchdown to the house.
So 2 touchdowns, 1 on special teams, 1 on offense.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Now-
Hey, these are all bold. Now our boldies are starting to get bold, boys.
And
But he could get 2 special team touchdowns and still eclipse your.
Yeah, and then if Kavonte Turpin doesn't win, I don't even need to wait till Sunday to say it. I took your pen away. Kavonte Turpin doesn't play, then I'm going to switch mine to Brandon Aubrey game-winning field goal. Also, his game-winning walk-off field goal to win Alex's score 31-30. It's the
my score.
That's Ants.
Ant score. It's the longest field goal in NFL history. So not only is it to win the game, but it's also going to be longest one. So that's my
Walk-off record breaker.
Walk-off record breaker. That'll be mine if Turpin's not there.
Okay. And I like that.
I'm
Bring
saying
Aubrey
it.
into the mix.
Write it down, take a picture, tell me Sam about it.
All right. Well, hey, anyone out there who go
I'm going to
ahead.
give you a couple of score predictions.
Yeah.
and boldies in
Yeah,
chat.
hit us
Okay,
up
just so you
quick.
guys get it, and then and has to go to the bathroom again, so I'll be quick. So Rager says bold prediction 24-21 Cowboys by a field goal. Daniel San says 37-13 Vikings. That's for his Eagles.
Hey, fair.
So that would be great if the Vikings win against them. Forever DC says 30-27 Cowboys. Brevin Spanfor gets a Teddy. Elam gets benched for always struggling at playing zone, and JJ brought him in to play zone. Anyways, so that's it. Anyways, like, subscribe, comment. We'll be back on Saturday.
An hour before the game.
We'll be back on Sunday, an hour before the game. My bad. And I just want you guys to just take a moment here as Cowboys fan. We had a really rough week losing to the Panthers, and we're coming into this Sunday playing a division rival, and it's the Washington Commanders. Everyone's been on Jaden Daniels' dick very, very hard, and now he's in a sophomore slump, but he's been injured, so that's why he has a sophomore slump. I want you to look them dead in their eyes and you say, you know what? It's not that he's been injured. It is because he's a sophomore slump chump. And the Cowboys are actually going to step up, step on their face, kick them in the shins. Dak Prescott, GP3, Sedarius Lamb, and maybe Kevontae Turpin are going to get all over Dan Quinn's defense. And we're going to look them in their face and we're going to tell them to go and f*** themselves. See you guys Sunday, baby.
I'm raising the roof on this bitch because that was a good call out.
Screw you, Dan Quinn. I'm a white knuckle your wife.